All right, so here we are back for an update. And last time I realized I didn't really show the engine compartment. So as you can see, it's actually pretty clean for a 31-year-old vehicle. New plugs and wires. Like I mentioned, there's a new fuel system in here. So all that's good to go. But I was talking about the brakes and the issues and got to thinking about it. And I believe it's going to be just bad brake fluid. The brakes needing to be bled and flushed. So if we look at the actual brake fluid in here, you can see, look at that fluid, look how disgusting that is. We get in there, I mean, that stuff's pretty gross. It's pretty disgusting. So I'm gonna get a kit and flush that, and get some more .4 fluid, get a whole liter of it, just in case, because when you're bleeding them, you never want that to go dry because you're just pulling more air back into the lines. So that's gonna be done. I also mentioned CV axles. And if I can get down in here, you can kind of see how dirty they are, which means the boots are probably cracked. So those are going to have to be replaced. I need to order those. So when I get a chance, I need to get down in here and figure out exactly if they're 90mm flanges or 100mm flanges, so I can order 2 of those. Passenger side is just as bad with the grease and everything. So it just makes sense to go ahead, swap them both out, be done with it. So that's what needs to be done under the hood, and probably first before anything else. Again, that's going to be brake fluid flush. Go ahead and get all that old nasty brake fluid out of there. CV axles. And like I mentioned in the other one, debating on going ahead and doing a coilover kit when I do those. I still haven't made up my mind. Another thing I mentioned, you can see down in there some of the linkages, doing a short shift linkage, but that's not going to be yet. I just figured while the hood was open, I'd go over that. And then, of course, later on down the road, but since, again, the hood is open, doing the core support swap from the square style headlights to the rounds with the, go ahead and doing a quad round. And then haven't decided on the badge or not. So that's going to be done, and I'm going to lose my racing tie straps. But what can you do? So that's what's going to need to be done here, but I did want to update on that, and again, show how nice the engine bay actually looks for, being as old as it is. So then one of the things I was able to get off work and go get the thing registered, and so it's all nice and legal and insured and registered, but seats still need to be done. That's going to be after the brakes and the CV axles. But when I pull the seats, I've decided to go ahead and pull the carpet and just rhino line or plastic dip the interior, just to, I don't know, give it a different look. A buddy of mine did it and actually looks pretty sharp. And the same thing with the interior, the headliner, just because it looks so, it looks so rough. So that's gonna be done. That's gonna leave me with what to do with, of course, the sunroof. So we'll get to that. I do need to go and get a bucket or something that I can put all of, just this miscellaneous stuff like this. They came with a car just like that. I haven't owned the car but like a week, so I need to get all that taken care of. Yeah, that sounds about right, a week. And I need to get some room in the shop or even my storage unit to put, I have a storage building out here, to put my seats in. Probably put them in the storage building just so they don't take up a bunch of room in the shop. And again, redo these kind of janky hardwood floors. They look cool, but I want to done a little bit better, and I have a couple ideas. So that's where we are. That's the update for right now. So it's master cylinder, brake flush, not replace the master cylinder, but flush the brake fluid, bleed the brakes, get all that taken care of. Figure out exactly what size flanges those have so I can order the correct CV axles for the front driver and front passenger side. And then from there, we can move into the interior and get some of that stuff taken care of, and then move on to things like the core support, more cosmetic things, the core support, the carpet, the headliner, all that stuff. So I was at a car show last night with a couple of my buddies, Dante from Boosted Buick and Tyler from Land Yacht. Their channels will be in the description. But I was out there and saw some really nice V-dubs out there. Was really happy to see some guys from the Dirty Dubs group here in Atlanta that were out there last night at the meet. Had some beautiful cars. One of them that I really liked was a 20th anniversary GTI with the golf ball shifter. It was the factory yellow color, and it was in pristine condition. Just a really beautiful car. So I want to get this ready. I think my favorite car of the night was a Mark I Rabbit in white with some nice rims, and he had lowered it a little bit, and it was so sharp. So I really want to get this bad boy ready to go out there, to run good and to look good. And then eventually, once we get to that, then we're going to talk about pulling this bad boy out and dropping something with a little more power. So that's it. That's our update for right now. I know it's a short one, but just had to get legal things taken care of, like insurance and registration and all that, and then figure out exactly what was going on with the brakes. And I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's just going to be air in the lines and bad fluid. So we're going to get that, see if that does any kind of difference, and then we're going to jump on the CV axles. So there it is. If you haven't, hit like and subscribe, and again, check out my buddies' channels. That's Boosted Buick and Land Yacht. They're really good guys, and they've got some great videos up as well, so check them out. And I'll see you next time.